In today's Verify, you can never be too careful with letters in the mail, especially when it says you are required by law to respond. That's what happened when one viewer wanted us to verify whether a recent survey on the U.S. Census is real. Our Stephanie Haney explains.
The US Census Bureau conducts the census every 10 years, with the last one taken in 2020. It's not due again until 2030. So when 3 News viewer Nancy Traum got this survey notice claiming to be from the federal agency in the mail, saying that she was legally required to respond, she was suspicious and asked us to verify it. Our sources are the US Census Bureau and federal law. The letter tells Nancy she has to fill out the American Community Survey and provides a link to follow to respond. The first rule about links is if you're suspicious, don't click on it. Try to find the information on your own by going to a site you know is legitimate. In this case, I went to census.gov and clicked on Surveys and Programs at the top. You can see right away that the American Community Survey shows up under the Featured section, so we can verify the survey mentioned in the notice does exist. To make sure this notice isn't from an imposter, we go again to census.gov and click the link to Verify a Survey. From there, when we check how to verify a mailing is from the Census Bureau, it says to refer to the envelope. That page tells us to look at the return address. In this case, the return address on the envelope the notice came in lists US Census Bureau and Jeffersonville, Indiana, which matches what the site says we should see. So we can verify this letter is from the US Census Bureau. And one last thing, the letter also tells Nancy she has to take the survey because it's required by law. In the top questions about the survey section featured on census.gov, it says the survey is required under Titles 13 and 18 of the U.S. Code. I looked at the federal law myself, and it tracks with what we see on census.gov. So we can verify the part about it being legally required to respond is true too. In a separate part of the U.S. Census site, the agency explains that if this survey wasn't mandatory, getting the data they need would end up costing the federal government an extra $90 million each year. So if you get one of these notices, go ahead and take that survey. With your Verify, I'm Stephanie Haney.